Podcasts are hot right now. How do I know? Well, you're listening to one right now, aren't you? But you might be wondering, how on earth do I get my voice out there and start my own podcast? It all seems so intimidating. Between hosting and platforms and monetization, it can get real complicated real quick. Well, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. We started this podcast over 2 years ago, not knowing clue one on how to do it. So how do we do it? We did it with Anchor. Anchor is the free podcast app with creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. And Anchor will distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on all the platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. And everybody likes money, right? Well, you can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So go right now, download the free Anchor app, or go to Anchor FM to get started.
It's the e-commerce minute, your daily dose of e-commerce, tech, and retail news with your hosts, Bart, Mroz, and John Suder. The e-commerce minute is a production of SUMO Heavy, a digital commerce consulting firm in Brooklyn, New York, and Philadelphia. Find us on the web at sumoheavy.com.
It's e-commerce minute episode 648.
In today's episode, Walmart ends Jetblack service.
Walmart is shutting down its Jetblack personal shopping service and laying off most of its roughly 350 staffers after the retailer abandoned plans to find investors for the unprofitable operation. Shop by Tech service never even made it out of New York, and multiple news outlets reported that Walmart was losing money on the service. Jetblack also went through a leadership change last fall. Their previous leader, Jenny Fleiss, left in 2019 and had been replaced by Nate Faust, Senior Vice President of Supply Chain and Logistics with Walmart's e-commerce unit and co-founder of the Jet eCommerce, a New York City-based company which offered fast product delivery on orders placed through text message, will stop delivery services on February 21st, which is tomorrow. Some members of Jetblack's technology and design team will become part of Walmart's wider customer service organization and continue to work out of New York. Meanwhile, Walmart will lay off 293 of Jetblack's other employees. Last year, Walmart worked to spin off the brand, which had less than 1,000 customers as of that time. The retailer had discussed an investment with several potential partners, including Microsoft Corporation and venture capital firms, including New Enterprise Associates. But, according to the Wall Street Journal, those talks have ended. Retail Dive points out that the end of Jetblack follows the retail giant's larger pivot around e-commerce and tech. After acquiring the e-commerce site Jet in 2016, the company bolted on several acquisitions of huge online players like ModCloth and Bonobos as a way to increase the value of Jet's offering. Since then, Walmart has sold off ModCloth, and other digital brands have gone through job cuts. A rocky road for Jetblack, and we're sad to see the partnership end this way, but we'll probably see Walmart acquire their next big thing soon enough. Or maybe not.
So Walmart bought all these companies, and now they're like, nah, we don't like how the new world works. We're just going to go old school.
Yeah, for real.
Well, I mean, it's kind of like, because they bought all these companies, they're like, oh, this is great. But when you lose $1 billion all the time and your actual stores are making $1 billion,
yeah, I think the dreams that they had didn't
hopes
quite.
and dreams.
Yeah, their hopes and dreams, their thoughts and prayers. Did this come out of the store number 8 incubator, or was this? Yeah. It did?
I think so. I think that's where. Too. Yeah, I believe so. It wasn't like an acquisition. This was actually their doing.
That's pretty insane. It was a pretty unique service, but I remember writing the headline for this first podcast that we did way back when this was launched. It was basically a concierge service for wealthy New York women. A little background, it was you would pay $600 a year. You could order anything except fresh food via text message. So you could just be like, walking up the steps, you'd be like, send me some Lara bars and some Starbucks coffee. And the couriers would fetch the items and hand deliver them same day. So it was great for the busy mom who could afford to pay $600 a year for such a concierge service.
But there's no Walmarts in Manhattan. That's really weird.
Well, yeah, and I think that's why they started in New York. So basically it was just like a ghost kitchen service, whereas basically they're just getting it out of a warehouse somewhere. I mean, where was the product coming from?
I don't know.
Strange. They weren't really making any money on this, but it's interesting to note they did target the right customer, because Walmart reported that the customers that used it were spending an average of $1,500 a month. So, they did the right research and had the right demographic, but there just wasn't enough of them. I mean, I don't know. I didn't see this becoming like a nationwide thing. I just don't understand why they just didn't also do this in a weird place like San Francisco where people would pay for stuff like this.
Well, I mean, you also got to think about it like they just roll out, or because it was Incubator, like a testing thing, right?
Right.
Plenty of companies, big companies, test things, and it might turn into something else, or to just let it go.
Yeah. But boy, this is just another one of those Walmart stories. It's like we spent the last 2 years reporting on all these acquisitions and great things that Walmart is doing, and it seems like they've completely retrenched and they're going back to their core business. I think they just want to be back to the good old bricks and mortars and kicking ass in grocery and doing what they do. I don't know. It's really strange.
Couldn't take the heat.
Couldn't take the heat. The heat was costing too much money.
They had to turn
their heating bill was too high.
They had to turn it down to 67.
There's another note in the script. Last month, Walmart closed the Omaha corporate headquarters of Hayneedle, the online furniture site it inherited along with Jet.com. We're integrating the Hayneedle business within Walmart, but keeping the website open for business. Boy, oh boy.
Oh,
I don't know much more to say about this one. We'll do a quick stat. In the last fiscal year, Walmart's e-commerce sales in the U.S. reached $15.7 billion, but that was only 4% of its total U.S. sales. So I guess they're going back for what they know, brick and mortar. And as of last summer, Jetblack was losing about $15,000 per member annually. So I don't know how many members they had. And even with the spend of $1,500 a month for average order value, you're not going to make any money that way. All right, pour one out for the Jetblack service. You guys got anything else to add?
Rip in peace.
Rip in peace. All right, that's your e-commerce minute for today. We'll see you on the internet tomorrow.
That's it for today's show. If you like the show, do us a favor and subscribe or leave us a review on iTunes. And don't forget, you can now listen to the e-commerce minute on your Amazon device. Just add e-commerce minute to your flash briefing. And finally, if you have a comment or suggestion or just want to say hi, find us on social media at SUMO Heavy.